This video is about my most recent experience with Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael was the first non-physical being of light that I ever photographed. So Michael holds a very special place in my heart. I first photographed Archangel Michael with my cat Boo Boo on the afternoon of September 7th, 2007. 2 years earlier, I had found Boo Boo as a 3-month-old kitten laying unconscious in the middle of a freeway off-ramp. I was able to safely stop my car in front of him, pick him up, and rush him to the closest veterinarian. X-rays revealed that Boo Boo had a fractured right front leg, 2 fractured hips, a fractured right hock, and the back left foot had been peeled off. After several orthopedic surgeries and a month-long stay in the hospital, Boo Boo came home to live with me. All of Boo Boo's medical care was donated, so I did not have any out-of-pocket expenses. Boo Boo had touched the hearts of the 2 orthopedic surgeons and all of the medical staff who treated his wounds, so their only intention was to ensure Boo Boo had the best possible future. For me, this was a miracle and the beginning of my magical journey with the light. Now, when I photographed Archangel Michael's light descending into the hindquarters of Boo Boo, where the majority of his injuries had occurred, I knew the light was providing Boo Boo with healing energy. As I underexpose the same image of Michael's light, you can see there is a blue-purple hue to his white light. With time, I understood that these are Michael's signature colors with me, but like all beings of the light, Michael can come in other colors to express his messages to me. Fast forward to the night of January 31st, 2023, and I was listening to a live channeling event with the ET Whisperer, Rob Gauthier. I have been following Rob's YouTube channel since 2014 and find him to be an incredibly sincere, ethical, open-minded, and compassionate man, and an awesome channel. While Rob normally channels Ardith and Treb, on this particular night, one of Rob's Patreon subscribers asked Ardith if he could bring through and facilitate any archangelic consciousness that would be open to communicating through Rob to provide a message about how the archangels work with humanity and how we can best work with them. Well, I almost fell off my chair when Ardith said he was going to connect with the energy of Archangel Michael. So I would like to now share Michael's message that came through Rob's channeling in order for you to understand what Michael had to share with me following this channeling. And while I read Michael's message, I want you to see the light of Michael through my own experiences with this archangel. Greetings and salutations, dear ones. We are Michael, and we are a small piece of the larger. And this larger part is the consciousness that exists in every single dimension, in every single matrix, and every single atom that is experienced. Humans perceive the archangel consciousness as the beings who are sent by God, and this could be the closest definition that humans have. We were not sent by an all-knowing, almighty creator who dictates our daily life rituals and demands us to help humans. But we are a part of the universe that exists as a creative force of universal consciousness. This part of that universal consciousness divides in the same way that physical reality divides. There are parts and pieces that are divided equally into galaxies, and parts and pieces that are equally divided into solar systems, and parts and pieces equally divided in planets. And each planet holds its own energy of an archetype consciousness that is the Creator's messenger, the Creator's creator. And this is the layers that we exist. We exist in multiple terms for multiple purposes. The being that Rob has communicated with before, that you would call Metatron or Metatron, this being exists in a higher matrix, but it is a version much closer to your matrix that exists. Humans have a very difficult time perceiving a matrix consciousness. When humans first thought that parallel existence happened one to another and believed that they existed similar to dimensions where they would share the same time-space, but equivalent to a layering system of either 12 or unlimited numbers of dimensions, this is the closest humans' minds can perceive what a matrix would be. Although it is still drastically short-ended of the experience that is the entire makeup of the system, and does not describe nearly enough of the dynamics that we have with humans, the experience that we have is only attended to Earth. We do not care what occurs on Mars. We do not care what occurs on the moons of Jove and Jupiter. We do not care what happens with the reptilians or Denebians on a planetary basis, or solar systems either. Our only purpose is to be Earth. Now, when I say those words, there comes some mental hesitation for many of you. We are here to be Earth. When our collective works together, with all of our energies placed together, we are the physical embodiment of Earth. When we divide our consciousness, we become the oversouls. When we divide our consciousness further, we have billions of fractals in each of us. So as your consciousness sees fractalizations as a divide of energy, and the energy translates to consciousness dividing, we would say that that's not fully accurate, although the way that the system itself works is the dividing of consciousness through units of energy. It is more based upon the collaboration of many smaller consciousnesses joining its energy together to create something in a form. But that creative form must also take form. If you wish to make a planet, would you simply make a planet? This would be impossible. None of you know how a planet is made. Your higher selves do not know each step that's required to make a planet. But we as the collective of collectors in the highest matrix can make that planet. This is not our only function. Our function is that if humans need to describe what archangels are, we are the matrix system itself. We are the background in which consciousness is projected so that physical reality can happen. We are the system of consciousness that is individual to ourselves, but also highly supportive of every other system. Without us, those systems could not exist. We understand this may be confusing for many of you. We understand that many of you will not feel pulled to understand further or care for the systems that we are sharing. But we try to bring this into a way that humans can understand at a very basic level so that you can build within yourself, which helps your energy connect with our energy more deeply. The consciousness that is shared through humans and channeled states of archangel consciousness are only one minute piece of consciousness. And it is because those pieces of consciousness already exist in all of you on a cellular level. Your mitochondrial DNA is an engine for feeding the cell, yes, but it also contains the mitochondrial DNA, which is your focused area of obtained spiritual understanding. And that is because the Mother Consciousness goes through all of you, the Mother Earth. This energy is the imprint physically to your access to all of us. We are existent because all of us exist. Without us, you cannot exist. Without you, we could not exist the way that we do. Although we know we bring none of you full clarity, and although we know we brought some of you further away from clarity than when we started, understand and listen again and again, but do not listen with your ears. Open the mitochondrial DNA. Open your body's DNA in the nuclear cell and open the heart chakra center. Open the third chakra, intuitive, and open the crown and third eye chakra for the higher dimensional information that comes with this. And with that channeled message, I'm now going to share what happened the following morning, which was February 1st, 2023. All right, so good rising for the first day of February 2023. Good morning. And here is my intention and here is my request. It is for Archangel Michael to come forward and to share his light with us this morning. I worked with Archangel Michael this morning in order to receive messages regarding a channeling that I listened to last night, a channeling of Archangel Michael. And I wanted to receive his messages this morning. Thank you. Regarding that channeling, and I placed the 2 oracle cards that Archangel Michael provided, along with a burning blue candle, which is classified as the throat chakra candle. It is a blue candle. And I placed it in front of my television in order to have them represented when I asked Michael to come forward. Archangel Michael was the first non-physical being that I ever photographed. He does not come to me as often as the other archangels. Yes, thank you, Gabriel. Yet when Michael comes, he is so special to me. Yes. Thank you, Michael. All of the archangels hold a special place in my heart. I've held assignments with them in the past when I was non-physical. So Michael brings such a beautiful message this morning. I'm so honored to share it. He selected 2 cards, one from the Great Mystics Oracle deck and one card from the Enchanted Map. And both cards contain the word treasure. And the synopsis is that with the first card, Mermaid of the Moon, tireless, unattainable treasure, Archangel Michael says, in this reality, have fun, have joy. Yes, no need to try to attain the unattainable. With the human mind, many things that are provided or channeled are not always able to be understood. That's okay, because you are living the human experience, and that's what's important in this moment. And the other card from the enchanted map was protecting treasures. Protecting treasure. And it's about the archangels and the angelic presences are here to protect us, to guide us, to watch over us. They are a part of us, we are a part of them. We do not exist without each other. Believe in the divine protection, the divine assistance. Enjoy the reality that you exist in and are aware of in this moment. Thank you, Jesus. Did you see the beautiful Jesus blue? And that is the gift from Archangel Michael this morning, as we kick off February 1st, 2023. Thank you, Archangel Michael. I love you so much. And with that, we are going to say, make it a great day. I also want to take a moment and say there is only one card on the two cards, and it's card number 39, number 39. And that number breaks down to 12 in numerology, which further breaks down into the number 3. And again, the reoccurring magic of number 3. All right. I send out love and blessings. Bye for now. Michael, anything before I turn the camera off? Okay, just want to make sure. Okay. Thank you for sending us on our way. Love you. Bye for now. Now, as I share some still images of Michael's light and his light in slow motion, I want to share with you how Michael used my material possessions to further communicate with me. So immediately after I said, "Good rising" for the first day of February 2023, Michael ascended in the room, which was his way of also saying, "Good rising." Michael did not ascend in the room at any other time while I was filming. Also, Michael specifically ascended over my photograph of Boo Boo. This was his way of acknowledging that our journey together began with taking a photograph of Boo Boo. Now, when we underexpose the same image of Michael's light, we see hues of his signature colors, purple and blue, within his white light. And let's look at his light as he ascended and his light in slow motion. In Michael's next appearance, he enters the room as a very small white heart, and then he moves over to the right side of the room and expands his light into a larger heart, which was Michael's way of bringing in love, sending us love, sharing his love with us. And again, his light, when we underexpose the photographs, we see he still has the blue-purple hues to his white light. Michael then descended over the two oracle cards that he drew. In this next appearance by Archangel Michael, he descended in the room as I was specifically speaking about how special he was to me. And he focused his light on my large angel statue and then on some of my smaller angel statues before he ascended back out of the room. Now, in the final appearance by Archangel Michael, he comes into the room and the first thing he does is acknowledge the protecting treasure oracle card, the card that also breaks down into the single digit of the number 3. Then he goes over and he makes like a loop in order to pass over the photograph of my cat Canoodle, who was best friends with Boo Boo, and Canoodle's picture says love. Again, Michael using that photograph in order to express love. He then, before he exits the room, he goes over the new angel that I bought at Christmas, and I have an ornament of Jesus hanging from that angel, and Michael specifically acknowledges the angel and Jesus. Note that in Michael's final appearance, the color pink, the symbol of love, appears in his light. Now let's take a look at the stunning still images of Archangel Gabriel's golden yellow colored light. And the beautiful signature color blue of the light of Jesus. I hope that this video was helpful to you for your own spiritual journey and that you develop a deeper connection with Archangel Michael and all of the archangels. Thank you for watching.